Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Prosperityville, there lived a wealthy man named Mr. Benjamin Richfield. He was known throughout the city as one of the richest men, owning multiple businesses and living in a grand mansion. But Mr. Richfield was much more than just a wealthy individual. He was a man with a kind heart and a passion for making the world a better place. Mr. Richfield had grown up in modest circumstances, and he knew what it was like to struggle. He had worked hard, studied diligently, and built his fortune from the ground up. However, his wealth hadn't changed the kind and humble nature he had always possessed. In the heart of Prosperityville, there was a neighborhood known as Hopeville. The people of Hopeville were hardworking but faced many challenges and struggles. The streets were lined with modest homes, and the local school needed resources and repairs. One day, Mr. Richfield decided to visit Hopeville. He had heard about the neighborhood's difficulties and wanted to see how he could help. As he walked through the area, he spoke with residents, listened to their stories, and learned about their dreams. He visited the local school and was moved by the determination of the children and their teachers. The school was in desperate need of renovations and supplies, so Mr. Richfield decided to take action. He offered to fund the school's repairs, provide new books and equipment, and even set up scholarships for promising students. But Mr. Richfield's kindness didn't stop there. He also initiated projects to create job opportunities for the adults in Hopeville, ensuring that the neighborhood's residents had stable incomes to support their families. As the neighborhood transformed, Mr. Richfield became a familiar and beloved figure in Hopeville. The residents saw him as not just a wealthy man, but as a friend who genuinely cared about their well-being. They hosted community events in his honor and celebrated his kindness. Mr. Richfield was deeply touched by the gratitude and warmth of the people in Hopeville. He realized that true wealth was not just about money, it was about making a positive difference in the lives of others. Inspired by the changes he had witnessed, Mr. Richfield continued his philanthropic efforts. He extended his support to various charitable causes, including providing medical care for the less fortunate, building parks and libraries, and supporting small businesses. In time, the entire city of Prosperityville began to adopt Mr. Richfield's generous spirit. The culture of kindness and compassion spread far and wide, making the city a better place for all its residents, rich and poor alike. Mr. Richfield's legacy was not just his immense wealth, but the positive impact he had on the lives of countless individuals. He understood that being rich was not about accumulating money but about enriching the lives of others through acts of kindness and generosity. In his journey from rags to riches, he had discovered the true wealth of the human heart. Once upon a time, in the bustling metropolis of Goldington, there lived a wealthy man named Frederick Kingsley. He was widely recognized as one of the wealthiest individuals in the city, with numerous businesses, a luxurious mansion, and opulent possessions. However, Frederick was more than just a rich man, he was a man with a profound sense of responsibility and compassion. Frederick had not inherited his wealth, but had earned it through years of hard work, innovation, and dedication. He never forgot his humble beginnings and the struggles he had faced as a young man. This background instilled in him a deep empathy for those who were less fortunate. One day, while walking through the city's poorer neighborhoods, Frederick observed the living conditions of the residents. He saw families living in cramped and dilapidated apartments, children playing in rundown parks, and struggling adults trying to make ends meet. His heart ached for them, and he knew he had to do something to help. Frederick decided to use his wealth and influence to make a difference. He began by funding the renovation of a local community center, providing a safe and welcoming space for families to gather, learn, and support one another. He also supported local schools, funding scholarships and resources to ensure that every child had access to a quality education. But Frederick's generosity didn't stop at education and community centers. He initiated programs to provide food, shelter, and medical care for those in need. He established partnerships with local businesses to create jobs and training opportunities for the unemployed. His efforts extended to supporting the elderly, offering companionship and care for those who had been forgotten by society. As time went on, Goldington started to change. The once neglected neighborhoods began to thrive. families had better housing, children excelled in school, and job opportunities were more accessible. The city became a place where prosperity was not just for the privileged, but for all its residents. Frederick's compassion and commitment to his community inspired others to follow in his footsteps. They realized that wealth was not just about personal gain but about making a positive impact on the lives of those less fortunate. Many joined Frederick's philanthropic efforts, and together, they transformed Goldington into a city of compassion and opportunity. In the end, Frederick Kingsley's legacy was not just his wealth, but the positive transformation he brought to Goldington. He demonstrated that true wealth was measured not only in monetary terms but in the enrichment of the lives of others. His journey from rags to riches had led him to the most profound understanding of what it meant to be truly rich. In the vibrant city of Rivertown, there lived a wealthy man named Charles Harrington. He was renowned for his immense wealth, owning multiple businesses and residing in an extravagant mansion. However, what truly set Charles apart was not just his riches but his extraordinary generosity and commitment to making the world a better place. Charles had grown up in a modest family, where he had learned the values of hard work, empathy, and compassion. Despite his rise to financial success, he never forgot his humble beginnings and the struggles his family had faced. One day, while walking through the city, Charles noticed the struggles of the less fortunate. He saw people living on the streets, children without access to education, and families going without food. His heart ached for them, and he knew he had to make a difference. He began by using his wealth to create shelters for the homeless, providing them with a safe place to sleep, hot meals, and access to medical care. He believed that everyone deserved a chance to rebuild their lives, just as he had been given. But Charles's charitable efforts didn't stop there. He established scholarships for underprivileged students, giving them the opportunity to pursue higher education. He supported local artists, musicians, and entrepreneurs, providing them with the means to share their talents with the world. He also invested in renewable energy projects, aiming to make Rivertown a greener and more sustainable city. Charles's kindness and dedication inspired many in Rivertown to join his mission. Together, they worked tirelessly to address social issues, create a more inclusive community, and promote environmental sustainability. As time went by, the city began to change. Homelessness decreased, educational opportunities expanded, and Rivertown became a leader in eco-friendly initiatives. Charles Harrington had proven that wealth was not just about accumulating money but about using it to make a positive impact in the world. He demonstrated that it was possible to create significant change and improve the lives of others through generosity, compassion, and unwavering commitment. His legacy lived on in Rivertown, a city transformed into a place where those with means and those in need stood together, united by the belief that true wealth was not measured by one's bank account but by the positive impact they made in the lives of others. Charles's journey from rags to riches had led him to a profound understanding of what it meant to be truly rich.